Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Cooking with JJ. In this week's episode, I'm making some very delicious hot tamales with a mole negro salsa. It's going to be super rich in flavor, and it does take quite a long time to make. However, it's going to be worth it in the end, and you'll find out why. I'm really excited to get started and, of course, enjoy these hot, delicious tamales in the end. So without further ado, let's head over to the kitchen and get cooking! Here are the corn husks I'm going to be using. I'm soaking them in a bowl of hot water and then I'll wash them off thoroughly. We want them to be more pliable. I have 2 sweet potatoes I've washed. I've poked them with some holes and we're roasting them at 400 for about an hour. Here are our dried chilies I'm going to be using. I have our Ancho, Mulatto, Guajillo, Morita, and Pasilla. For the larger ones, be sure to remove the stems and the seeds. For the morita chiles, just leave the seeds in. For the pisillo, just chop off the stem. Roast the dried chiles in the oven for about 6 minutes. They'll start to get fragrant brown and the larger ones will puff up more so. I'm pouring some boiling water over our roasted chilies and we'll let them soak for about 20 minutes. Here are tomatillos. I'm peeling off the husks. Be sure to wash them off thoroughly. I'm removing the firmer cores and the stems of these tomatillos. I've cut them in half, I've coated them with oil, and now I'm adding some salt and pepper. And we'll roast these in the oven. Our sweet potatoes are done now. I've scored the skin with a knife, and now I'm peeling them with my hands. I'm dicing half of a large white onion. And now I'm slicing a fresh jalapeno. We have a few garlic cloves here. I'm just going to get them minced up. Here's our mixture of ground and whole spices. I've added some oil to our hot Dutch oven and now I'm adding our diced onion. We'll soften them up. Our onions are starting to brown, so I'm adding our whole spices, our bay leaves, cumin seeds, and cloves. Cook them up for a minute or two to get them fragrant. Now I'm adding the jalapeno. Add in the minced garlic. and mix it all up. Now I'm adding the rest of our dried spices. Add in the roasted tomatillos, get it all mixed up. Make sure your heat is on low. I'm adding a cup's worth of diced tomatoes. Add salt and pepper to your taste. And I'm adding 1 tablespoon of raw sugar for now. All the flavors are nicely infused, so we're going to blend this mixture up. Pop in your hydrated chilies, and I'm adding 1 cup of our chili liquid for now. Blend it all up. Get it nice and smooth. I'm adding a 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds. Blend it all up. Now we're adding our sauce back to our cleaned out Dutch oven. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of cocoa for now. We'll whisk it in. And we'll taste and see if we would like to add more as we go. Rather than blending up whole sesame seeds, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of tahini. Usually mole contains different seeds and nuts. I fried up some Beyond Steak plant-based sear tips and some oil, and we'll use this for later. Now to carry on with our dough here, I have a 3/4 cups worth of earth balance, and we'll pop it in our food processor. I'm going to break it up into chunks in our food processor, and we'll whip it up before adding the other ingredients. I'm adding 1 cup of our masa flour, and we'll add some of the sweet potato. Add a little of the salt and a little of the baking powder. We'll blend this up. You may want to work in batches depending on your machine's capacity. We have a total of 3 cups worth of sweet potato that we'll be using. I'm adding the rest of the salt and the baking powder. Add in another cup of masa flour and a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm also adding some veggie stock. Add it gradually and see how the consistency is going. I'm starting with a 1/4 cup's worth. To make things more manageable, I split it up and blended it up in batches. I've added another 1/4 cup's worth of our stock. You want the final result to be spreadable but not too sticky. I pulsed the Beyond Steak tips in our food processor, and now I'm blending it up with our mole salsa. This is a texture I was going for our filling. Take your pre-soaked corn husk with the narrow part towards you and spread the masa filling evenly within it. Leave space around the edges. Try to leave some extra space on top. A little more extra space should be left at the bottom since we'll be folding that part up. I'm adding the Beyond Steak mole filling in one line in the center. Fold one side of the husk and then the other side to overlap the first. Press firmly and then fold the flap up. Repeat this process with all the rest of the husks. Peel off some strips from your corn husk and you're welcome to tie up your tamales into bows. With the seam side down, tie up your tamales, securing the flap. Continue with this process until you can fill up your steamer. I'm using a large bamboo steamer. There are steamers out there that are commonly used for tamales, but this works well. Now we have our bamboo steamer filled with our tamales and we're ready to steam them. Steam them with the lid on for about an hour. Some say it takes up to 90 minutes, but be sure to check them at the hour mark. Now it's plating time. Feel free to enjoy these tamales alongside some tortilla chips, salsa fresca, guacamole, salad, your favorite soup, beans and rice, you name it. It's that time again, everyone. I get to try our delicious tamales with the Negro salsa in the mix. So we have these little packages, so just untie them or tear it off. Whatever works for you. And then you have our pico de gallo to go along with this. Need a salad as well. Got our tortillas. Got our guacamole. Okay, time to dive in. Have a sip of water. It's a lot of hard work, but it's going to be worth it. I'm excited. Gotta love the complexity of the mole sauce with all those beautiful dried chilies roasted, soaked, and blended up with all those wonderful ingredients. It really takes this eating experience to the next level. If you don't want to use the Beyond Meat, feel free to use a vegan meat of your choice, or you may use jackfruit. Just season it well so that it pops in your hot, delicious tamales. So there you have it, everyone, another delicious recipe to add to your recipe booklets. And remember, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that little bell notification icon so you don't miss a single video. There's going to be a new video popping up every Monday at 12 noon Eastern, so you don't want to miss it. Until next time, this is JJ signing off, keeping things interesting in my kitchen and in yours. Buen provecho!